not make any sense. Actually beautiful writing. Basically my first time. I did not expect violence. This more than El-Mohtar. Hey guys, so today is gonna be a bit different from my usual videos because I want to show you all the books that I read this month. Let me show you all of them right now. Yeah, so you could see how much books I read. I know it's a lot, but the thing is, all of them are around probably, well, except this one, but I'll get to it later. But most of them are around like 300 to 400 pages. So I feel like if you normally read books, that's like the normal number of pages that you'll read, and most of them are fairly easy to read. Oh shit. Let's start with the first book. The first book I read was White Nights by Fyodor Dostoyevsky. The thing is, to be honest with you, I didn't really like this book too much. And it's very short actually. It's around like 100 pages only. A lot of people recommended this on social media, but to be honest, I just didn't enjoy it. And I found the guy a bit annoying because, okay, here's the thing. You're telling me he fell in love with her in just a week? Am I missing something here? Nastenka was telling him from the very beginning that she was already in love with someone else. I know it's kind of like a story about one-sided love, right? That's pretty much a given. And showing how irrelevant the main character was to Nastenka. Because apparently Nastenka's name was mentioned around 113 times, if I'm not mistaken. Her name was mentioned over and over again, and she never once called out his name. Us as the reader, we don't even know the name of the main character. So then again, I go back to what I was saying. The main character knew from the very beginning that Nastenka was in love with someone else, and she literally told him from the very start, do not fall in love with me. Yeah, I was very underwhelmed when I finished this, so I gave it, I think, 2 stars on my Goodreads. So yeah, that's the first book down. The next book I read was Wings of Starlight. So this story is about Queen Clarion from Tinkerbell, and the thing is, I did enjoy the Tinkerbell movies as a kid. So it's a story about Queen Clarion and Mallory, and the thing is, like, it was at most okay. It was super duper slow burn, and maybe I was not in the right mindset for me to enjoy this, but I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It's a very simple read. They talk about the history of Pixie Hollow, and I found it really interesting. It was a lot more violent than I expected. Well, it's not like super duper violent, but I did not expect violence. I mean, hello, it is about the story of Pixie Hollow, something that we all enjoyed as kids, right? But yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. It's pretty easy, a pretty easy read. It's pretty fun if you're a fan of Queen Clarion and you've always wanted to give your younger self some closure about her and her story of Mallory. You can give this one a read. Next on my list is This Is How You Lose Time More. This book is a bit more interesting. It's actually a pretty fast read. It's around only 200 pages. The thing is, it's pretty interesting. The writing is actually I would say it's like actually beautiful writing because it seems pretty poetic, a lot more different than the other books that I read. Also, the whole time travel thing, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit confusing at first, but then you'll eventually pick it up the more you read it. I actually enjoyed reading it, but the thing is, it wasn't like my favorite. I wasn't like head over heels for it, but it's like a pretty good story if you're trying to get into sci-fi a bit. And it's also pretty fast. If you don't have much time, you can try to check this one out. And I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It's not too bad. So yeah, you can try to read this one. And for the next one, I'm actually gonna show you the whole series. This is the Halo, Hades, and Heaven series. I'll tell you now, I actually got these 3 books back when I was in high school, and I was going through my old stuff looking for some old books, and the thing is, I really liked this series when I was in high school, but rereading it now as an adult, I hate it. Everyone in the whole series was stupid. Don't even get me started on Bethany, who is supposedly an angel, by the way. She can't do shit. The whole world building does not make any sense at all. So her and Xavier are in love, right? And then it's forbidden love because he's a human and she's an angel. You're not allowed to do any of that. The thing is, it got even worse here because I don't want to spoil anything if you do want to read it, but because it's the whole concept of heaven and hell, where was God in this whole series? I'm telling you, he does not like even show up at all. One out of five. 100% 1 out of 5 would not read this ever again. Now I know why high school me liked it, so yeah. So for this next book, I feel like a lot of people know this series. A lot of people have read this author's books. So first, I'm gonna start with A Court of Thorns and Roses. So apparently people call it the ACOTAR series, and if you're watching this video right now, I'm pretty sure you already know what this is. This is my first time actually reading like a full-on fantasy series. And the thing is, I was very unfamiliar with that territory because I used to never read series like this before. Basically my first time, right? I was fairly enjoyed by it. I was actually surprised that it was kind of like it's kind of like Beauty and the Beast, no? It reminds me of that. And I just wanted to check this one out because a lot of people really liked it. And the thing is, I'm just okay for now. Like for now, I'm just like fine with it, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna see where that goes. I'm not gonna lie, I might not really be into the whole romantasy. I kind of like just want romance alone and fantasy alone. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the kind of stories that I like, but overall, the first book of the series of ACOTAR is 3 out of 5. So, yeah. The next one, it's also by the same author. This is the Throne of Glass series. So I know this one was like the whole big craze before. I never really got into it, but now I am. The thing is, oddly enough, I like this one more than ACOTAR. I read this book and this book, well, not at the same time, but I mean, after I read this, I wanted to read this. People were basically saying which one do you like better. So because I like Throne of Glass more than ACOTAR, I'm gonna finish ACOTAR first, and then I'll read Throne of Glass because I actually enjoyed this a bit more. I was a bit more interested with the main character. And the thing is, I actually find her very entertaining compared to Feyre because she's a bit more feisty, you know? She's an assassin, hello. And I do enjoy a good competition, so that's why I probably like this more than ACOTAR. And I do tend to finish the whole series because I am quite curious on what's to happen with Selena. Oh yeah, and also I was pretty confused a bit because there were some names mentioned in the story that I wasn't even familiar with. Like there was a guy that she mentioned about someone she knew back home, and I don't know anything about that yet, so we'll see. I feel like there's a lot of lore to uncover with the series, a lot more. That's why I'm a bit more invested in that instead of Akatar. I believe I also rated this a 3 out of 5. A pretty good start to the story, so yeah, this is my take on Throne of Glass. Last but not the least, it's The Cruel Prince. I'm gonna admit something. I did not finish this. I was around 200 pages in, and I cannot, for the life of me, complete it. I hated everyone. Why the hell are they so mean to Jude? For what? I don't understand. I don't know, I just cannot stand things like that. And I know a lot of people love the whole enemies to lovers trope, but right now it's not working out well for me because so far Prince Cardan is such an asshole to her in the very beginning. I just realized something. Of course, Prince Cardan is gonna be mean. I don't know what I was expecting, but it literally says Cruel Prince on the title. I'm sorry. I should have known. I should have fucking known, right? If you have read this already, please tell me it gets better. Then I'll probably try to finish it. Yeah, everyone was just really annoying, and I don't know if I can continue a series with characters that I just don't like. Jude is just okay. I don't hate her. I don't love her either. So it's like I'm not really exactly rooting for you right now. I can't get too attached yet. So yeah, that's my take on The Cruel Prince. And the thing is, if you do look at my Goodreads, I rated it a 1 out of 5. I'm sorry, but I might change my mind if I do finish it unless I'm convinced that it does get better. So yeah, I think that's all for my video. Those are all the books that I read this month, and honestly, I don't even think I read as many as other people because I read fairly shorter stories. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other book recommendations for me to read, please let me know because I have been enjoying reading lately, and I might come up with another video regarding like the other books I'll be reading. Maybe every month I can try to do a book review, and I'll try to get more in detail with it because I feel like right now I'm just judging all the stories right now, and none of them are even like a 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. It's kind of sad actually. It's kind of sad how I didn't fully enjoy any of the books I read yet. So if you have any 5 out of 5 series, then just let me know, okay? Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope I see you guys again. Bye!